for all the stars in the skies. I'm no longer trying to survive. I believe that life is a prize, but to live doesn't mean you're alive. Don't worry about me and who I fire. I get what I desire, it's my empire. Yes, I call the shots, I am the umpire. Sprinkle holy water upon the vampire. In this very moment I'm king. In this very moment I'll slay Goliath with the sling. This very moment I'll bring, put it on everything, that I will retire with the ring, and I will retire with the crown. Yes, no, I'm not lucky, I'm blessed. Yes, clap for the heavyweight champ, me, but I couldn't do it all alone. We, young money raised me, grew up out in Paisley, Southside Jamaica, Queens, and it's crazy, cause I'm still hood, Hollywood couldn't change me. Shout out to my haters, sorry that you couldn't faze me. Being cocky, we just vindicated. Best believe that what we done this moment will be syndicated. I don't know, this night just remind me of everything they deprived me of. And put your drinks up, and it's a celebration every time we link up. And we done did everything they could think of, and greatness is what we on the brink of. I wish that I could have this moment for life, for life, for life. Cause in this moment I just feel so alive, alive, alive.
Fresh off a 45-minute ride with Ali Love, I'm Schmitty, and this is Talkin Schmit. Hey, everybody, I'm back. Anyway, today the pleasure is yours because my guest on the show is the talented young lady from Down Under in Australia, mate. This is Miss SHANAE Collins. Yeah Sheezy. We had a real good conversation and a little cameo appearance, so you won't want to miss her friend that joins us at the end. We'll dive into the interview soon, but first I want to give a big shout out to last week's winner, Bob Parsons of Sandy, Oregon.
Shout out.
And announce this week's contest. Are you ready? Same as always, email me the answer and have a chance to win. Here's the question. It's an easy one. What is SHANAE Collins' Instagram handle? This week's winner will receive this No Hotels DVD featuring Rob Wooton, Niels Bent, T-Funk, Evan Smith, and the whole cast of their bros. And also you're going to get my new beanie collab with Shrunken Head. Right here. So email the answers to talkinschmit@gmail.com and I will pick a winner for send out an announcement next week. Also, I want to take a quick time out to give props to the triple OG, Mr. Bryce Knight.
Shout out.
Who dug into his bowl of Wheaties and pulled out this sticker. Sent it down to me with a care package, and I'm super humbled and stoked. This one's an extra one, so I am putting it on the wall, kids. Here we go. Thank you so much, Bryce. Very honored. Well, we got a great show for you this week. So without further delay, I'm going to pass the mic to our guest and begin the program. Thanks, as always, for listening. I hope you all enjoy.
What's up? This is Yeah Sheezy, and you're listening to Talkin Schmit.
It's cool, like tonight is the night.
Here we go again.
Just give it the old college turn, isn't it?
Big dog's in.
City
Schmitty.
96 times Schmitty.
Thanks, Schmitty.
We on? Schmitty?
Talkin Schmit.
That's called go to the hospital, bitch.
I be shitting my pants, man.
Your Rolodex is fucking deep.
It's about the one.
Who is this guy thinks he's tough shit?
What's up?
We're tastemakers.
Come on, Schmitty, what the fuck?
Let's hear it for Drake Smith. Yeah!
All right, so apparently, I haven't looked at a globe, but I think my next guest is on the opposite side of it from me. For sure, she's way down under in Australia. That's guaranteed. Right now, we got SHANAE Collins.
Yo, what up?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can.
Sick. I'm so sorry. My laptop is like as old as I am, so it takes ages to like boot up and stuff.
Well, that means it's only like 1/3 of my age.
I love that.
We're gonna catch up here. How you been?
Yeah, very, very, very good, my friend. Stoked.
Is it summer there?
Yeah. Middle of summer here in Australia.
Is this the best time or is it actually too hot?
It can get too hot sometimes. I don't know in Fahrenheit the comparison, but we've had a couple 40-degree Celsius days here. So if someone wants to do the calculation on that, it's been pretty hot.
I think it's 97.6. I don't know.
Really? Off the top of your head? It's like, damn, that was crazy.
All right. So I got my story, but I don't know if it's accurate. Instagram. I'm guessing Sheezy was your nickname and you were landing boatloads of trick at the skate park and everybody's yelling, yeah, Sheezy. And then boom, there you go.
Yeah, kind of. That was pretty close. Yeah, Sheezy was the nickname, but I have this friend, Shannon, and his Instagram name was Yeah Boyd. And I was like, I really like that. That's like really cool because you're like, yeah, Boyd, whenever he lands a trick. So I just stole the yeah from him.
Okay.
So I can't take credit for it.
If you and him if you guys ever get into a fight and then you become friends with Josh Borden, you can be IB Sheezy.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
we do though.
Yeah, I like that. That would be good.
So where the hell are you? You just moved? Are you in
I
Melbourne
just
or
moved
you're
house. I just moved into another suburb, but yeah, living in Melbourne. Yeah, I hate moving house. It's the worst thing ever.
Do you have a lot of stuff to move or?
Well, I didn't think so. You know, I was like, oh, I've got a room and a little bit of furniture, like nothing crazy. And then you start to like pack everything up and you're like, fuck, I actually have a lot of stuff I have to move right now. And it's just been like chaotic trying to sort it all out whilst working and all that kind of stuff. But everyone knows the woes when they move. So it's not like I'm telling a story that hasn't been told.
But you're not from Melbourne originally, right? Where were you born and raised?
Well, I was born in Melbourne, in this little town called Berwick. And then I pretty quickly with my family moved up to Queensland and lived like in this place called the Gold Coast, which is kind of like Southern California. It's really like surfing, skating, like laid back lifestyle. So yeah, I grew up there until I was early 20s and then moved back down to Melbourne because in Australia, most of the skating is in Melbourne. Like all of the photographers, filmers, good skateboarders, like sponsors and stuff are all down here. So I was like, oh, I should probably move to the hub to get closer.
Did you like fall in love with skateboarding in Queensland or when you went to Melbourne?
No, in Queensland. Yeah. I have an older brother and he was like a really good skater and surfer and stuff. And he's a lot older than me. He's like 8 years older than me. So I just kind of always followed him around and did whatever he was doing. So he would like skate and I just learned how to skate kind of following him. But yeah, I always really loved it. Loved skating, loved surfing and that lifestyle and stuff.
And are there lots of shops down there, like skate shops? Do you have like a designated skate shop or is it more like a surf and skate vibe?
No, it's always just more so being like a surf and skate vibe. In Melbourne, there's a lot of skate shops and stuff now. But nah, when I was growing up, it was pretty rare. I think like the biggest skate shop we had was when that footwear company Globe had a shop, and like that was where you would go and get all your product and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So when you first started, were you kind of just trying to impress your brother, or did you feel did you have the stoke right away where you're like, this is my shit? Or were you just like, whatever my brother's doing, I gotta like keep up?
Like I was always stoked. I just loved skating. I was fucking hyped. I liked falling off and like eating shit and like getting hurt and stuff. I don't know why. I just have always loved like a good slam. But yeah, I just like fell in love with it. And then I was pretty competitive when I was younger in the sense that like this sibling rivalry, you know, it's like, I'm going to be better than you because I want to be. And so it was always like I was pushing myself super hard just to be better than my brother. I feel bad for him now, but yeah.
How rad. How's in Australia, how do they look at girls skateboarding? Like, do you feel like, especially early on, were you feeling like you were getting the tomboy treatment, or is it more accepting there? Like, what's it like?
Like when I was growing up, not at all. People hated that females would skate. I was bullied pretty badly as a kid, like for skating and stuff.
Like what kind of things? Just name calling, not physical, right?
No, not physical bullying, but just like name calling, and like I got body checked a couple of times by like bigger dudes and stuff. You're like shaking your head like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was like they just didn't want girls in their environment. And yeah, they always hated that I was there. And anytime I like learned something new, it was like, oh, that was shit anyway. Like, doesn't matter. You can't skate and stuff. And I grew up with that for years, like a very long time.
And then at some point, did you see it become a little more accepting? Like, has it evolved in your mind, or is it still, are you getting the same type of shit?
Not as much anymore, but I think that's the evolution of me as a person. I think like I kind of have come into myself now where I don't really give a fuck anymore whether they care that I'm there or not. Like I don't care if it bothers you, like you have to deal with it yourself kind of thing. So I still see it happen to like a lot of other people. Not as much anymore, but definitely like girls are still not made to feel super comfortable. It's not like a welcoming environment where you rock up and maybe you're skating a space and people will be like, oh, they're learning, I'll be respectful of that space. Like I'll just leave them to it. It's like, nah, I'm going to skate super fast through these people and intimidate them and make them feel like uncomfortable and stuff, you know? And I see that stuff happen all the time, and it's like, it's so unnecessary. It doesn't need to be like that. You have an entire other skate park to skate, you know?
Huh. What age were you at when you did your first competition?
Shit, I think I was like 12 or 13.
12 or 13?
Yeah. I went down to this contest called Fairgo in a place in northern New South Wales called Ballina. Yeah, I like won the contest, but I'm pretty sure there was only like 5 girls or something skating. And I was like ability-wise quite ahead of them. But yeah, I think that was my first contest. And after that, I just kind of really liked the environment of contests where there's a lot of good skateboarders in one place at one time. And everyone's kind of like pushing themselves to get better and learn tricks and put new tricks that they're learning down and stuff. So I always really liked that environment. But yeah, I like never really got into contests because I really wanted to compete and win and stuff. It was more so just like, oh, there's a contest, so I suppose I should just go try and skate it.
Were the contests co-ed, or were they male and female? It
was male and female divisions, yeah.
So you were in contest with literally just 5 people?
Yeah, yeah.
So
it was like that for a long time.
You're in top 5 for sure.
Yeah, dog. But yeah, it was like that for a really long time. I competed in Australia from when I was like, 12 or 13 until, I don't know, 19, 20. And then I started competing overseas and stuff. But in that time, the female skateboarding community here was really small. So you pretty much knew everybody that you were competing against, and you knew their bags of tricks and stuff. but we were all quite like a tight community. So when the contests were on, it was like everyone was more so just hanging out than really like focusing on winning or whatever.
Oh, okay. And at that time, did you start kind of like seeing magazines or videos or kind of having an idea who the elites were, like starting to get favorites, maybe putting a picture up on your wall or that kind of thing?
Yeah, like I always loved all the galas skaters. My friend bought me this video, aka Girl Skater. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it had like Vanessa Torres, Amy Caron, Jamie Reyes.
Yeah.
Legends. So I pretty much just like fell in love with them. And after that, I was just like more trying to be obsessed with like females in skating. I always had posters of like Vanessa Torres up in my room and stuff like that. So weird.
Nice.
She's like my friend now. I'm like, don't tell her this shit. Like, so. Oh.
That's how it always is. It's like, oh my God, now I'm on tour with this person that I kind of idolized or whatever. Like I've been filming like for so long, and like all of a sudden I'm in the car with this guy and I'm like, dude, I grew up on your videos and now I'm filming you.
Yeah. Oh, it would be so bizarre. Yeah. Like
it's always
Amy
crazy.
Caron always comments on my Instagram posts and stuff. And I'm like, I just can't believe it. I still can't. Like, I obsessed over that video as a kid. I knew like every line they said in it. And then, yeah, it trips me out.
And they kind of paved the way. Like they were pretty much pioneers for what's going on today. It's like for sure Vanessa and Amy and obviously Alyssa and Jesse Van Rosshout and stuff. Were you aware of like United States media? Was there Thrasher down there or Transworld or any of the mags?
Yeah, we had Thrasher, but I never really like got magazines and stuff. My family didn't have like heaps of money, so it was like we wouldn't really buy like DVDs and magazines and stuff. But if I was ever in like a newsagent's or a skate shop, I'd definitely check out like the Thrasher or the Slam that was in there. But I was always super young and could never really gauge like how gnarly it was, you know? Like I'd see these people skating. I'm like, wow, that's awesome. Like I'll do that. I was never like, oh fuck, I'm never going to try that.
So you've always had like the determination, the drive, and like, do you get scared? Is there times where you're like, fuck no, I'm not doing that. Like, you know? Yeah,
I definitely get scared now that I'm older, and I definitely skate with knowledge of where my ability is at. I'm not just going to look at something way out of my ability and be like, oh, fuck it, I'll try it. I'll be like, is it worth potentially like getting fully bodied over this versus like going to find something that's more suited to like my skating.
And true or false, you were sponsored for surfing?
True.
True. At an early age, right?
Yeah, really young. I skated for like some companies when I was younger. I actually skated and surfed for galas, which is pretty funny.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But yeah, I grew up surfing. I was like pretty good at surfing, and my dad loves surfing. He's like really keen. And so he pretty much just like wanted one of the kids to be like a pro surfer. So I competed in surfing and stuff and was like really good at surfing until I was about like 15. And then, I just kind of gave surfing up because I just hated the environment of surfing.
So you don't really do it anymore?
No, just recreationally. Like, just if I go visit my parents, I'll go surf and stuff. I really like surfing. I think it's super fun and I like being in the ocean, but surfing is so like jock mentality and like so intimidating. And I don't know, I just never loved it the same way because it was so confronting. You're like stuck out in an ocean with like a bunch of dudes who are trying to like get every single wave and they don't want you to get a wave.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird.
Have you been to San Francisco or Northern California?
I've been to San Francisco, yeah.
It's so gnarly here. Like it's freezing cold and the waves are just extra powerful, like quick.
Yeah.
So it's just like, and everyone's out there and you're just like, dude, it is. And the thing with surfing is like, you have to like know the weather, know the patterns, go at the right time. Like skateboarding, you're just out the door and just going whenever you feel like it. It's just such a freer. I mean, there's nothing like surfing on a wave. You feel that like kind of almost meditational feeling where
100%.
it's just you and the water, but it's just the frequency and the kooks. There's so many idiots out there like that you have to deal with.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not into it either.
No, you're 100% right though. And especially on the Gold Coast where I grew up, it's like the hub of surfing. So everyone there's trying to be like the best surfer in the world, the pro surfer. And like every wave to them counts, you know? They can't just be like, oh, there's a 14-year-old kid, I'll just give them this wave. It's like, no, I'm going to fucking drop in on this wave and I'm going to do my X Games run and then I'm going to fucking pull off and paddle out and get the next fucking wave. Like, it sucks.
Oh, man. Do you think it helped you skating, though? Like, being able to surf, did you use some of those things for skateboarding?
Yeah, 100% surfing helps. I think it fully changed the way that I look at skating and I look when I am skating something, how I choose to skate it and how I look at skating it. Like, people will see a mini ramp or something and they'll be like, oh, back and forth. But like, I'll try and do like a really long grind on the mini ramp or something, or really like surf the mini ramp and keep flow, you know, not that that's possible, but it's an example.
Sure. What was like the first thing that you got for free for skateboarding? Like where somebody gave you something?
I think the first free thing I ever got, it was like someone's old board. Someone did a demo at a skate park, PZ skate park, and they gave me like one of their old skateboards. I think that was like the first time, I got anything for free.
Like
so someone's like hand me
a pro skater or something?
Like a pro, but I can't remember who. I was like super young.
Were there like Australian pros that you kind of like admired? Was Dustin Dolan on your radar, or like Jake Duncombe or any of those guys?
Love Dustin Dolan, love Jake Duncombe, Chad Barty. Yeah, I actually met those guys when I was like 13. I started skating for Globe. And they brought me to the warehouse and those guys were sessioning like a mini ramp at the warehouse. And I remember looking at my mom and freaking out and being like, Mom, that's Chad Barty. Mom, that's Chad Barty. And she was like, cool. Like, I don't know who the fuck that is. It means nothing to me. And I'm like, I can't skate. Like, I know who that person is. But yeah, I ended up skating with them and they were rad. They were so encouraging and talking to Chad Barty was cool. And I think my mom came away from that day and was like, what a nice young man. Like, I was like, yeah, cool, man. I followed some of their skating and stuff.
Was your parents always like, how were they with you skating? Was it like they were supportive or they were kind of like, you gotta...
My mom has always been pretty supportive. I don't know if she's loved it at times. Like, there's definitely been times where she's not been on board. But for the most part, yeah, she's always been like pretty into it. But my dad never has liked it. He's always been super bummed that I stopped surfing and like pursued skating and stuff. Like even like with I got like a Krux ad in Thrasher and I was like, hey Dad, like I got this ad in Thrasher, like it's really amazing. And he was like, yeah, okay, I don't care, like if it was a surfing magazine I'd be stoked kind of thing. And I was like, yeah, whatever, you fucking suck.
You dick. Damn.
No, it's all right. It's kind of good because it makes me like want to achieve more just so I can be like, fuck you. Like I'm doing it anyway.
Right. What age were you when you kind of started like doing the contest more than locally? Like maybe, I don't know if Globe started like sending you to travel or anything like that? Nah,
I like sponsors in Australia don't like to spend money on paying for people to go places. So I pretty much have self-funded like all of my trips. Well, my friend Izzy and I went to the States for the first time when I was 19 on a trip to Oregon. And so I reckon I started competing like overseas and stuff when I was probably like 20, 21, because I met a bunch of people when I was like 19 and then 20. And then the next year I got invited to the Van Doren contest.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, from Mimi Noop invited me over to skate that.
Oh, sick. What was your experience on your first trip to US? Was like What was
Amazing.
that? How long were
loved
you?
it.
What was the? How long were you here?
I think we did a month or just over a month. And we only did like Oregon pretty much.
You just went straight to Oregon?
Yeah.
Oh, and hit all the parks?
Yeah, straight to Oregon and hit all the parks. Because I didn't know too much about like the geography of the States. And my friend Izzy had been there before and she was like, we're going to Oregon. Like, you'll love Oregon. So yeah, my first trip, we skated like Burnside, like Lincoln City, Orcas Island, like all of those places. And it was still to this day my favorite trip I've ever been on.
It's like, a good trip.
Yeah.
Did you guys camp at all?
Yeah, we camped heaps.
On Orcas Island?
Yeah.
It's the best.
I've got this photo of me like asleep on my skateboard at Orcas Island in like the middle of the day next to empty beer cans and stuff. And I'm like, it's such an iconic photo for me because I'm like, that was that trip, you know?
Nice.
Like it was such a good trip. But
Okay.
I honestly think like that trip is where I learned to skate properly. Like learned to skate fast, learned to like try and hold grinds, try and like ollie into your airs and stuff like that. Like that was the trip because it was like you go to a new place and you just have this whole new energy. You become this like new person. You're like, fuck, I just want to go hard at everything.
New spots are the best. Every time like we go on trips, if you go to like a new park for the first time, no matter how tired you are, you're skating like with more energy than like hitting the same old like place, you know, like for the thousandth time. And
Totally.
It's always true. Even like shitty parks, like if you go for the first time, you find something fun or like you just want to like get in there and figure it out.
100%. Yeah. It like
and
revives.
Oregon has so many good ones. That's like, you kind of raised the bar. Like now, next time you come, you're like, wait, this isn't as good as Oregon. It's like Oregon and Montana and Washington is like the cream of the crop.
Yeah, I got to go check those places out because, I didn't know, but I kind of ruined it for myself. I went straight to like the hub of the best skate parks. And then,
you'd be like culture shock going from Oregon to Los Angeles. You'd be like, whoa.
Oh, so different. And like the way people skate in the different cities and stuff, it's like, oh, you can kind of tell when someone's from Oregon and you can tell when someone's from like LA and stuff, you know?
For sure. Were you at that globe contest where the owner jumped the stairs on his roller skates or blades or whatever?
No.
Oh my God.
That's it. But I've seen the footage of that and it looks hectic. The double set, right?
Yeah, it was insane.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah. Well, then what was it like when you started, like when you went to the Van Doren contest, was that kind of your first contest that you were out of Australia in?
Yeah, that was my first one out of Australia.
And was that like your first experience with like Alicia and Lizzie and some, like, had you met them yet or no?
I hadn't met them, but I knew who they were. Lisa on the Girl Skate Network ran the blog cam videos. Do you remember them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucking love them. But so my friend Izzy and I would always watch the blog cam videos and just watch like, all the antics of the girls together and stuff. So before I actually met them in real life, I felt like I kind of knew who those people were and stuff. But it was pretty crazy going to that contest for the first time because I'd only ever really skated against people who were like at a similar ability to me. And when I went there, I was like, oh, fuck, like, these girls are insane. They rip. And then I was like, I need to like skate like this. Like I need to step it up, you know?
What year? Do you remember what year that was?
No, it was when Alana was still skating and she was like quite young. Fuck, I don't know.
Was it the ones like on the beach, Huntington?
Yeah, it was the ones on the beach. I'm trying to think of who won. I think like Alicia may have won.
Okay.
But yeah, Lizzie had like her long hair with the little bit of blue in it, and then her and Alicia were like best friends, and then
so that was the one where Alicia got the guitar?
Yeah, I think that was the one where Alicia got the guitar.
I was there.
Yeah. But yeah, Izzy and I were there.
Oh, is Izzy is she Jake's wife?
Yeah.
Oh, I know Izzy too.
Yeah, she's rad.
Oh yeah, super rad. It might have been that contest. Oh my God. She was doing a trick and she zoomed out of the trick and the board shot out from under her and right into Mike Gilbert's groin. And I was filming. It's the best clip ever. I'll send it to you. It's so amazing.
Please send that to me.
Yeah.
Fuck, that would have been
those contests
so
were cool. I just was talking to Alana a couple of days ago, and we were talking about like maybe it was before that contest or maybe it was that contest. But the first contest I went to on the beach, there was a lot of girls there that their ability wasn't up to par with the few. Like there was a Nora, Alicia, Lizzie. There was a few girls that were ripping, but there was a lot of girls that weren't. Like some were just doing scratch grinds in the run, right?
Yeah.
And literally in 1 or 2 years, these girls that I saw and I could identify, I'm not going to say their names. I don't really want to do that. But like what I'm saying is like the progression was really quick. Like all of a sudden within a year, you're like, that same girl is like, she's got a bag of tricks. She's skating faster. It was really cool for me. Like in 2 years, I would say the competition really increased dramatically, where the first contest I went to, you could probably say these 4 girls are going to be in the top 3, like one of these 4 girls. And then later it was like, no, there's like 20 girls that are ripping now.
Yeah.
Did you kind of see that?
Yeah, I saw that progression happen. Definitely. I remember like seeing Jordan Barrett skate for the first time, and she was like, she had a few tricks, but yeah, definitely not podium like worthy runs and stuff. And then like within the next year or 2 years, it was like, oh fuck, like she's skating phenomenally, like really good.
People always ask me about that. Is there something in your mind that sticks out as like something that was driving that? And like, because I felt like it was like really quick and dramatic. Like it went from here to there really fast.
I mean, I can only speak out of personal experience, but I would say that the recognition maybe was there. So the drive to want to be recognized further and pick up sponsors and win contests and win money and stuff, because there never used to be money for us. So it didn't matter how well you did or didn't skate.
Right.
But when money started getting put on the prize pool and stuff, it was like, oh, like we're going to have to step it up to like skate better to, you know, make sure we win the cash. But yeah, I dare say that it was probably like the recognition that came along with that and the opportunities that came along with starting to win bigger podium contests. So it made everyone want to push and progress.
How big do you think social media's role was in it?
I think social media has completely changed the game altogether. Yeah, because like for those contests, you kind of had to know somebody to get invited, or just out of the luck of the draw, someone saw you skate or whatever and they were like, oh, this girl, you should definitely find and invite her or whatever. But then social media came and everyone's skating became more accessible to everybody. For example, like Mimi Noop can watch people skate in Australia, in New Zealand, in Japan, everywhere, and be like, oh, these people should come and skate these contests, you know? It wasn't just like that California community anymore.
Right. And Japan came in hot.
Hot, yeah.
Oh my God.
Super hot. Yeah.
Holy shit. Kanoka, Mammy, there's
Sakura.
one other. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember going to Van's Combi and how do you say her name? Kokona? Or
I think it's, Kokona or Coconut or something like that.
Yeah. And she was just nose grinding the corner every time. And I was just like, what? I mean, she's like 13 or something.
Yeah, like backside nose grinds around the corner and stuff. Yeah. I remember seeing that for the first time too and just being like, wait, what the fuck? Did she just nose grind? Because she was just cruising and then out of nowhere, like full nose grind.
And just on it, like it was like a kick turn. It was like never a bail every time. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Yeah, really cool. What's your setup like? Do you ride bigger wheels or bigger boards or smaller or medium?
I kind of play around with it. I've been trying to find my ideal wheel size for like the last 6 months. I used to skate like 56s, And then I went down to 54, and then I went down to 52. And then I've kind of ended up back at 54 again at the moment. But it's really hard for me to find wheels that I like.
Oh, really?
I like a specific shape. I like really wide wheels with flat edging because I like that I can trust that they'll lock in properly. You don't get like caught on the wheel. And I like the wide surface because I can feel the concrete better under my feet, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Whereas
More stability.
do
you have a wheel sponsor?
Not at the moment. I think I don't know. Like Alex really wants me to start riding for OJ and stuff. So I've been playing around with some of their wheels, but I don't know. Like I like some of them. I usually ride Spitfire because it's a wheel that I really like and trust. But I've got to find something that like I really enjoy riding for. I used to ride Bones for a while. I don't know. I'm pretty lost with wheels at the moment.
Okay. You're on Krux, right?
Yeah, best company in the world. Love that company.
And Alex is holding it down.
Yeah, Alex is the best. Krux is awesome.
Sick. What are your other sponsors?
So I ride for Welcome, like Vans Australia, and then Krux are like my three main sponsors. And then, I've got like a bearing sponsor like Modus Bearings.
Oh, sick. That's Brett Margaritas?
Brett, Margarita
He's the
Pizza.
homie from way back.
Yeah, he's the man.
Tell him I said what up. He used to skate for Think when I filmed for Think.
Yeah, he's shown me some trips and stuff, like footage of trips with him on Think, and I was like, fuck, you're really good at skating, Brett.
Oh, he was really good, yeah.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Do you know the Convy brothers?
Awesome. Not personally, but I know who they are, yeah.
Yeah, they came and stayed at my house long time ago. Like they were vert skaters. Yeah. Brett was cool though. Like I'll talk to him through like email and text once in a while, but barely ever anymore.
Yeah, he's super cool. Because of all the Olympic stuff, I was spending like a fair bit of time with him. And I definitely think that like he keeps everyone in like a really good place, like mentally. Like he's so solid. He always knows. Like he'll just take a walk with you or whatever and be like, let's just go grab a beer and talk shit. Like you don't need to be in the contest right now or whatever, you know.
I love it.
But yeah, he's the best. Like I really like skating with him because anytime you land something, he's like, sick. Now revert out of it. And you're like, okay, fuck off, Brett. Like he's the man. And then out of nowhere, he'll just do something fucking crazy. Like we were skating and he did like a back tail back revert out of it, proper like tail slide, and I was like, where the fuck did you just pull that out of? It's so good. He still got it. Like he skates really good.
Oh, I bet. You said you like to kind of take slams and stuff. Have you ever had surgery?
Yeah, I've had a few different surgeries.
What's the worst slam you've taken? Like what's the worst predicament?
I mean, for me personally, like I've broken my legs and had surgery for my legs and stuff, and the recovery from that's pretty simple. It's like 6 weeks in a cast, and then you do a bit of physio, and then you just build your muscles back up. But like the most traumatizing and worst slam I ever took was when I was trying to like board slide this Jersey barrier, and my front foot slipped off, and then I like credit carded the nose of the board, but when I did it, the board actually hooked on top of the Jersey barrier, so it wasn't touching the ground. So like I took all of the impact right between my legs. I won't go into details, but it was like super gnarly. I had to get like 9 stitches in a very personal place, and then the recovery for that was like 4 months maybe.
Really?
Yeah, I couldn't even walk.
It's hard to walk. Yeah.
Couldn't pee and stuff. Like,
fuck.
Yeah, I had to like run clean like bottled water every time I peed. You have to like run bottled water over when you're peeing and stuff, and it just burns. It's so fucking painful. But yeah, it really fucked me skating as well because I just couldn't like
mentally
get that feeling, out of my mind and stuff. And then I really struggled for like a long time after that to, I don't know, skate rails and stuff. Like if I skate a rail now, I'm not skating one that I can't like stand over like comfortably. I'm like, no, it's not fucking worth it.
All right, I'm going to Australia for my first time. I've never been there. What cities, what parks, what beaches, where do I go? Give me your favorite. You're my tour guide for, let's say, how long do I need? 2.5, 3 weeks at least?
Yeah, I reckon a month. Give yourself a month.
Okay, I'm going for a month. What do we get into?
You're gone for a month and you're coming in hot in summertime.
Yeah.
So you're going to fly into Melbourne. Is your first stop, and if you're gonna hit skate parks in Melbourne, you're gonna want to go to St Kilda skate park, the City skate park. Oh, there's a skate park I skate all the time called Fawkner skate park. And then we have really cool waterfalls out here. There's this place called Warrandyte. You got to go out to Warrandyte and swim in.
Speaking of my language.
Yeah, there we go. And then you're gonna hit. You'll do Melbourne in a week and you go into the city and there's all these cool museums and stuff. You can go check out all this art. There's heaps of live music and stuff that's usually playing. So go to karaoke bars, do karaoke, whatever you need. And then we're going straight up to Sydney and you're going to go to the northern beaches in Sydney and it's so beautiful there. You can go skate Newcastle skate park, which is super fun. There's a really big bowl there. Five Dock skate park, which is really sick.
That's the legendary one, right? I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. There's probably lots of them, but I hear Five Docks all the time.
Yeah. Five Dock is rad. It's it's the best setup. It's got every size ramp, pretty much every obstacle. There's a mellow part, a really gnarly part for people who want to, you could even film tricks there. It's pretty gnarly. It's not like a petty skate park. It's you can go and film a hammer there. Yeah, it's super fun. And it's right near some of the greatest pubs in Sydney too. Some of the oldest pubs. So go skate, go drink beers and play pool. But yeah, you hit Five Dock and then I don't really know too much about Sydney. Maybe go see the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Everyone loves that, right? Go see the Opera House.
The Opera House.
Yeah.
I might have to try to take a private jet across the country to see Bon Scott's grave.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's on the other side, right?
Yeah. I think it's in WA or something. Yeah, you might do a detour to WA and then fly back up. And then you're going to want to go to Queensland and skate the skate park I grew up skating, Pizzey Skate Park. And then this new skate park at Tugun, super fun. And then you're going to want to go surfing down at Snapper Rocks, the infamous Snapper Rocks.
Oh, mama.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that in Gold Coast?
Yeah, it's down the end of Gold Coast near New South Wales. It's where they have all the pro tour contests. When they come here, they all go surf Snapper Rocks.
How much sunscreen do I need to bring? Because I
So
don't think there's an
sunscreen.
ozone layer, right?
You're going to get so sunburned. I don't know, liters. You got to bring liters of
Bring
sunscreen.
liters? Okay.
Yeah. We use sunscreen as moisturizer here.
All right. What's the one food I can't go home without eating?
Fucking Australian food. I don't know.
Is there fried kangaroo or anything crazy that I need to try?
You can definitely try kangaroo. There's places in Queensland that serve kangaroo meat. You can eat kangaroo meat.
Oh, what's that like? Is it like chicken or is it its own thing or?
It's really tender. I don't know what you would compare it to, but it's super tender meat. It's kind of like turkey, but beefy. I don't know.
Should I have Vegemite? Is that important?
Oh, I mean, not many people enjoy Vegemite, but you can eat Vegemite if you want to. I
gotta crank men at work and fucking eat Vegemite sandwich.
It's amazing. Yeah, Vegemite. You have to have a spoonful of Vegemite. Okay. Everyone always does that. They bring over Vegemite and then they're like, oh, you have to eat a whole spoonful. That's how you eat it. And then people eat it and they're like, oh, it's disgusting. Because it is fucking disgusting if you eat a whole spoonful of it. Yeah, it's putrid. It's good with a little bit, on toast or something.
It's like a little spread.
Yeah, it's like a little spread, but you don't spread a lot of it and it's really yum. But if you have a whole spoonful of Vegemite, it's cooked. It's not good at all.
And if someone says I'm being cheeky, what does that mean?
Being cheeky, a good smart ass, like a funny smart ass. Yeah.
I got a good question for you.
Okay.
I don't know if you can answer this, but why is it okay to say cunt in Australia?
It's like a term of endearment here. Like, it's like you're saying mate, but instead of saying mate, you say cunt. So you're like, oh, what's up, cunts? Or something like that, you know? And you're like, what's up, friends, kind of thing.
Yeah, like Chima always calls me a cunt.
Yeah. Well, good for him. I'm glad he's still rocking it because it's pretty risky to drop the C word over there.
That's what I'm wondering because,
It happened to me the first trip I ever went on. I called someone a cunt. I was like, that was so sick, cunt. And then they were like, why are you calling me a cunt? What have I even done to you? And I was like, whoa, sorry. Like, I just meant like that was cool. Good for you. I don't know. It scared the shit out of me.
Cancel culture came in hot.
Whoa, slow it down.
Yeah, it smashed me. It was a big awakening. But yeah, I don't know. It's always just been like a culture thing over here. Everyone just calls each other cunts. But sometimes, like, if you're having a fight with someone, they'll be like, listen here, mate, you know, and like say mate really aggressively. So it's like, I don't know, the contrast is pretty funny.
Well, do the guys only use it on guys or do they call girls it also?
Fuck, I don't know. They probably call girls it as well.
It seems like it could get sketchy calling a girl it.
A cunt?
I don't know.
I don't know. It depends.
I don't know if it's just like, it's like, that's our shit. Like, that's homie.
Yeah. I think like it depends on the person, but most friendships, people just call each other cunts.
All right. Well, me, you, and a bunch of cunts go to the fucking karaoke bar. What song are you singing?
I mean, I always like to sing Alanis Morissette. Yeah.
I just saw her live pregnant.
Fuck, that would have been a wild.
It was so rad.
Yeah.
She sang all the hits. It was great.
Yeah. That's what you want. Like, you want.
What's the one that go down on you in a theater?
Yeah.
That's the one?
Yeah.
Okay.
You nailed that. You knew straight up.
Yeah.
I have news for you because I have nothing but the best for, and then just boom.
Another version of me.
Yeah.
So good. So, you got to do it in a voice though.
So that brings us to the music. You're in a band or you play music, right?
I play music, yeah. I was in a band, but I just play solo music now. My girlfriend got me a looping pedal for my birthday a couple of years ago.
Okay.
And when lockdown happened, like quarantine and stuff, I had nothing else to do. So I just started playing heaps of music.
Okay.
And I fucking sucked really bad at the start. But then I got like better and just, learned the timing of the looping pedal and stuff. And now I write like full little ditties.
No way. You got to send me one.
Yeah, I'll send you one. Yeah,
maybe we can put it in. So do you have like the ability to plug into a computer and record? Yeah,
I can like figure it out. I've got some friends who like record and stuff, but I get kind of nervous playing in front of people because I make heaps of mistakes. And then when you're recording, you can't really fuck it up because you have to restart everything again. But yeah, I really want to record stuff. People have hit me up and been like, can you please record it and just put it on like Spotify or something so I can listen because this is so sick.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, which is really nice. It like super confidence boosts and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I get nervous about it because it's like skating. I don't get nervous because I don't think. Like you just skate and you're just not thinking. But music, you kind of in a flow and you have to think about what you're doing and like with the timing. And I just get nervous.
I could see that. But like the cool thing about a computer would be you could just have take after take after take. You could fuck up and cut that part out and move things around.
Edit it
like,
in.
Yeah.
But I kind of want to be like super organic with the music that I make in the sense that it's kind of like live. It's just like what you record is like you played it live and then that's the recording. Like I don't want to manufacture it too much.
Yeah, no.
It's like old school rock and roll, like when you would listen to bands in like, I don't know, the 80s and stuff. And the best albums are always the live albums, you know? Like Johnny Cash, the Folsom Prison Blues album. That's one of my favorites.
Live at Budokan. That's the one.
Yeah.
Thin Lizzy, like all. So who are your influences?
Fuck, I have like a pretty like big array of music that I listen to. But I would say that most of my music is like Blondie. Like I love Blondie. And I love like Queen and Billy Idol. No Doubt is fucking sick. Like Gwen Stefani, fucking legend. Like Cheap Trick. Yeah, I don't know. Just all of like the older bands.
Cheap Trick was my first karaoke song.
Oh, really?
I ever did. Yeah.
It's amazing. That is amazing.
I want you to want me.
Want me. I need you to need me.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, bangers.
Do you have any preferences like Fender versus Gibson or anything? Are you kind of like getting music snobby as you get better?
Nah, not at all. My dream is to have like a Gibson when I'm older, but they're so fucking expensive. But pretty much anything that makes a noise, I'll play. I'm not too picky like that. I don't know. It's like skateboarding setups. Like people can be super particular about their setup, and then there's other people that just whatever works, they put that on their board, you know. And I try to be more like that with music because you just have to play what you have to play. I don't know.
Yeah, I trip out on those dudes that have like, I mean, they deserve it, I guess, but it just seems so overkill to like change their guitar every fucking song.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
this one's tuned for song 2, this one's tuned for song 3. I don't know. It's just crazy to me.
It's kind of sick. My girlfriend Jade took me to see Billy Idol last year for my birthday.
That was my first concert.
No. Oh my God. I had to wait so long for it. I cried like when he came out on stage. I just started crying because I was so overwhelmed. I was like, what do I fucking do? Like this is so iconic in my life. And he's so sick. Like
is he still bringing it?
Shirt on. Yeah, he had like a leather jacket and chains and no shirt on, and he was just like rock the cradle of love. That just I was like, oh Billy.
Dude.
But like Steve.
What does he end with? White Wedding or Rebel Yell still, or does he have some new shit that he ends with?
I think he ended with White Wedding.
White Wedding, yeah, that's the one, right?
I think he ended
that
with
guitar,
White
that
Rebel
opening.
Yell's my favorite.
I love the opening to White Wedding. It's like wow, 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 and it kicks in.
Yeah, so good.
That was energy because I was into him when he was in Generation X.
Yeah,
and then he went solo, and I went to his concert, the first solo album, which was kind of like his biggest, I think.
Album. I like to watch a lot of old Billy Idol interviews because he's super funny, like to listen to the way that he perceives the world when he was younger and stuff. Like it's sick. And it's like, you have been such a sick cunt for so long, you know?
It was so sick. Did you see that movie where he had a cameo and he's in the airplane? I forget what it is, but they're like, whoa, Billy Idol's here. Yeah,
I seen that. And then he was in that Adam Sandler movie as well. That was sick.
White Wedding. Wedding Singer.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, this concert that we went to, though, talking about guitars, my girlfriend had never known his guitarist, Steve Stevens. And, like, I love Steve Stevens. I think he's fucking phenomenal. And he played a bunch of different guitars. But there was this one bit where he got out this, like, old school, like, classical Spanish guitar. And he played this fucking intro to one of their songs. But he played for like, I don't know, like 8 minutes, like this crazy intro. And he would play it like in stages. He played like a simple stage of it. And then the next one, he like played it a little bit gnarlier. And then by the third one, he was just like, and Jade for the first time was like, this cunt's fucking amazing. Like he's insane. I was like, yeah, this is what I've been saying. Like Steve Stevens is the shit. Cause I remember watching this DVD when I was younger, this Storytellers DVD. And Steve Stevens played the whole set with like an acoustic electric guitar. And I always explain to my girlfriend like how difficult the solos are that he's playing because he's playing it on an acoustic that's plugged in. Mm-hmm. And she's like, I don't get it. I'm like, nah, it's like he's fucking crazy, dude. Like he's on some other shit. Like he's so good. And he's still fucking amazing.
Really?
Like didn't miss a note, like insane.
Man, those guys got to be pretty old.
Yeah. Like he looks fucking old, but he has this really long black hair, so you can't really see his face. He's just fat as fuck and like still has like all black nails and all tats all over them and shit. It's sick.
It's cool that they kept it together.
Yeah, no, it was sick. It was such an iconic moment. I was like, wow, where do I go from here?
Yeah. So is Jade your girlfriend?
Yeah, Jade's my girlfriend.
And then who's Keeks?
Keeks is one of my friends who just like roller skates and stuff.
I saw
Yeah,
that
cool.
exposure.
Edit.
I think it was a Krux commercial, but it was like hype for the exposure.
Nah, it was like the exposure thing, but yeah, I just jokingly said it's like a Krux commercial.
Oh.
I gotcha. No, that was cool. That was really fucking hard that day. We were in lockdown for, I don't know if you knew, like we were in like the world's gnarliest lockdown down here in Melbourne for like 6 months. So you couldn't leave your house really unless you had to go get groceries or go to work.
So we were in the same, but not as long.
Yeah. So it was like 6 months of that basically.
Damn.
So I didn't skate for 6 months or anything. And we'd just come out of the lockdown. And then I had Alex sending me messages like, are you going to be able to submit this video? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, dude, I can't skate. How would I possibly do this? And so we had literally 3 days. We had 3 days before it was due. And my filmer and I messaged him and I said, hey, I have this idea to film this whole part in like 1 day. It's going to be fucked, but do you want to come and do it? You know, I'll buy you a case of beer, like, please. And he was like, all right, sweet. So we were skating at like 8:30 in the morning, first thing, just like straight up. And like, yeah, filmed all day. I like wouldn't allow myself to have beers. I was like, I'm not drinking until I finish because otherwise, as soon as I sit down and drink, I'm not going to skate. I'm just going to be done.
It goes
but
sideways.
I think we ended up finishing skating at like, I don't know, like 7 or 8 p.m. It was like nearly 12 hours of skating. But yeah, I never want to fucking do that ever again. Like just repetitively trying tricks until like you land it and then traveling to different spots and like eating shit and then getting up and being like, I can't mellow. I have to fucking land it. Like I got so sick after it and I got like heat stroke and then I couldn't walk for like a day or so because my legs were just so sore from like skating so much.
Right.
But it was fun.
What's the beer for the everybody? VB still down there or like what?
Everyone drinks VBs, yeah, or Melbourne Bitter. I fucking hate that shit.
Nobody drinks Foster's, right?
No. Foster's is a myth. If someone's drinking a can of Foster's, I'm like, oh, look at this weirdo. Like, what are they doing? But yeah, usually like VB or Melbourne Bitter. My girlfriend and I usually drink like Coronas because they're a gluten-free beer. Not intentionally, accidentally.
That's like Jack in the Box tacos.
Oh, yeah?
Gluten-free, yeah.
Yeah, I love gluten-free stuff. It makes me feel heaps better. But yeah,
wild.
always on the Coronas.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't fuck with Foster's. I know that they used to sponsor a bunch of surfing events and stuff.
I remember people told me they're like, dude, Foster's is like, no.
Yeah, Foster's is fucked. I'm trying to think of a beer over there that you would compare it to. What's like the cheapest shitty beer that you guys have?
I mean, I drink a lot of PBR, but it's pretty shitty.
Yeah, Pabst, PBR. Like quality-wise, it's pretty much the same thing. It's like liquid piss.
Okay,
beer.
Yeah, there's Keystone, PBR. I don't know. Those are pretty bad.
The first time I ever shotgunned a can of beer was a can of PBR. And I fucking spilled it all over myself and was like choking. Like, I still can't shotgun beers.
Can you do the thumb punch?
No, I can't do it. Breezy can do it every time. When she was shotgunning beers and stuff, I was like, fuck. And she's like, can you film one and send it to me? I was like, I can't because I don't know how to do it. She's amazing. She's like, psh, bang, done.
Yeah, she's got it dialed. I seen on her Instagram stories, like people were submitting them to her and she was reposting them.
Yeah. It was then.
Tight.
I was like, damn, I want to do this. And she was like, do it. I'm like, I can't actually shotgun a beer. I'll just choke myself. And then it'll just be a video of me cooking it on the internet trying to shotgun a beer. So it's like not worth it.
I need to get her on. She's really cool. Always have a good time talking with her.
Yeah, she's the best.
What's up with the Patty People project? What is that?
Yeah, so the Patty People project is cool. Ellie and Scott run it basically. I think it's like they just kind of want to shine light on people who are like super kind of, I don't know, a bit like creative but aren't usually in the spotlight.
The underground.
Yeah, the underground. Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. They kind of just want to show like the underground and alternative styles of music and skating and surfing and different cultures and how they kind of intertwine. So I guess their project was just get like a bunch of different people that are like good at their crafts and put them together and just kind of see what happens.
Oh.
You know? So that trip that we went on with Nora, Jaleesa, me and Laura, basically like we just got the limousine and then they had a few spots marked out that they wanted to go and stuff. And then, yeah, pretty much like Ellie and Scott just let us do whatever the fuck we wanted for a week in a limousine and just filmed the whole thing. We all nearly died on that trip. I don't know if the story's even been told, but we were in the limousine driving to this, like our next destination at nighttime. And we heard this like weird noise at the back of the limousine. And Ellie slowed down and she was like, oh, something's going on with like the tire or something. But we've got to just like get to where we're going. And then we probably got another, I don't know, 500 meters to a kilometer down the road going like 90 miles per hour. So like pretty quick. And then the tire exploded, like the back tire exploded and the car just like nearly went sideways and flipped.
Like fishtail out?
Yeah, like fishtailed out, and then Ellie is like holding it, braking and stuff. She managed to like pull it in and pull us off to the side of the road, but she was shocked, dude. Like she couldn't even talk. She was just like, we nearly all just fucking flipped, and we would have died because like the limousine didn't have any seatbelts and stuff.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was like, this is fucked up. It was like we're all just there, and there's this photo of us with the popped tire. And she was like, get a photo. And then my eyes are just like out of my skull because I was like, I think that was nearly really bad.
Oh my God. Yeah.
No, it was sick. That trip was so much fun. Like just surfing and skating. We went out to Waco, Texas and like surfed this wave pool out there.
No way. Like the perfect wave style?
Yeah, the perfect wave. It was kind of gnarly though. Like it's like a perfect wave, but underneath you is concrete. So if you fall, you kind of get smoked.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How deep is it?
Not that deep.
Not that deep?
Like knee height maybe.
Oh, so you just get pounded in there?
Yeah, you just get smoked every time.
What's up with Mark Occhilupo or whatever?
Yeah, Mark Occhilupo.
Doesn't he have like a wave in Australia that's like 4 waves?
Really? Yeah, there's one that's been built down in the Tullamarine. I haven't been there yet, but I know the one that you're talking about.
It almost looks like it could have a hip. Like a bowl. It's like they all go out like this. It's like crazy.
Yeah, it's really cool. All of that shit's like sick. I think it's so smart the way that they've managed to run that.
It's like something that just goes up and down, goes poof, poof, and just.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah. Isn't that, I think that's Kelly Slater's pool.
No. Well, I don't think so. I think Kelly has one that's just it's a one wave. But this one I'm talking about has like the 4.
Plunger.
Yeah, this one they go like opposite each other.
Yeah. I think that's at Tullamarine.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Pretty sure.
I haven't been there yet. My dad's been there. He said it's sick.
Wow.
But like super hard to get waves because you're in a lineup of people, and then if you miss the wave, then you have to go to the back of the line. Like they're not just going to be like, oh, you didn't paddle into the wave, you don't get the next one, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I want to check it out. I don't know. No
all right.
time.
You got to put all your money on yay or nay if the Olympics are going to happen this year.
All of it?
Yep.
Oh, with everything currently how it is? Nay.
It's not going to happen?
Nah. I just don't know how they're going to do it. How they can make it happen.
Yeah, I kind of don't think so either. The only thing I was thinking is they could maybe have it with no spectators, maybe.
That's what they're saying. They're saying definitely there won't be any spectators if they do run it.
Uh-huh.
But I'm also thinking about like the qualifying contests and stuff. Basically, they want everyone to be on the road for like 7 weeks in the qualifying contests.
Oh.
2 of the stops are China, 1 of the stops Brazil, and the other one's in LA.
Oh. No way, right?
No, exactly. It's like you're going to like the hub pretty much of COVID right now.
Let's just go get it.
Yeah. And then, if you get COVID, then that's kind of your trip done because you have to quarantine for 2 weeks and then they're not going to let you back on the road.
Yeah, so it could just be the winner, could just be the last person standing.
Winner, chicken dinner. I don't think so. Winner, Sheen dinner.
Yeah.
Well, 5
what do
people
you think?
left.
Do you think it's going to go ahead?
You know, it's tricky because I know that in life, when there's a lot of money involved, things mysteriously happen. Like, I mean, for what I know, I would think no. But there's probably a lot of things I don't know. You know what I mean?
It's interesting you bring up money because, like, the people that are going to get to the Olympics are going to be the people that have the money as well, you know, to travel to the contest and stuff.
Oh, because it's all on your own dime?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, every country is a bit different, but Australia, they do help a little bit, but not an entire, like, trip's worth, no.
Okay. Wow. So what's your, let's say it is going to happen. Let's say everything's normal, right? Like the COVID's not even here. What was your outlook on the Olympics? Like, were you excited about it? Do you think it's like different from a regular contest? Like, what was your vibe?
In all honesty, and there's a lot of people that have like helped me out along the way and would be really bummed to hear this, but I've never been in love with the thought that skating is going to be in the Olympics. I never really was too bothered whether I went or I didn't go. At the time when I was selected to represent Australia for our team, I didn't have much else going on. There wasn't like a lot of sponsors that wanted to fly me out for trips or anything, or I wasn't filming a video part, like I wasn't doing very much. So it was really good at the time because I got to travel and I got to see my friends and I got to skate different places and kind of see the world. But now I'm kind of at a place where I'm like, I'm old in the sense that I'm fucking tired. I'm tired of competitions. I'm tired of how much energy they take, how mentally fatigued you come out of them. And I just think that like the environment of the Olympics would just be the most mentally draining place to be for like 2 weeks. You know, everyone's like on one the whole time. Yeah. And people, there's no camaraderie between athletes, and people might fucking argue that right now, but I've been to the qualifying contest and I've seen the bullshit that goes down, and like people don't want you to succeed, you know. They want you to fucking fall and they don't want you to land your runs. They want to win, and people want to win that badly. And I think it's like kind of shit. So that's kind of what I was leading into. Like, imagine you're at the Doren Invitational, right? It's just a contest. Is the feeling at that contest versus the Olympics, like, is there country pride and like, we can't be friends at this one, and a little more like... Nah, it's super different. It is, huh? Yeah. Like, I still skate the Vans Park Series events, and that's like super fun. Everyone, it's like, they just get to hang out, try tricks, like skate really good, do whatever. Like, when you're hanging out on the deck, there's no bullshit. People aren't trying to snake you or like block for their friend who's going to drop in and shit. Like, it's so different. Oh, yeah. Really? Like, oh fuck, I don't know how much of this I should say, but like, when you go to these qualifying contests, like every country kind of is in their own little thing. And like, if you have 2 of the Chinese skaters together in one of your heats, one Chinese skater will drop in and do a run, and then they like signal to the other person to come in before they finish their run. So then they drop in and get their run to practice. And then before they finish, they signal back again and like they drop in. So they're like killing everyone's practice times and like, yeah. And then they'll like study your lines and your runs and stuff. And then you'll watch them kind of not put something together. And then the next day after watching like a few people, they'll be like, oh, yep, taking that line, like doing this. And then it's just, again, the same shit. Yep, drop in. Yep, drop in. And then you drop in and like, I don't know, I would just fucking drop in when I saw it. I was like, I'm so sick of this shit. Like, I'm just going to skate. Yeah. And then I drop in, and then like I would have parents coming up to me being like, can you not skate so aggressively in the bowl because you're intimidating my kids and stuff. The skate moms are the worst about the whole thing. Like, I've seen the whole... Like, I was talking about that before. It's just like, let your kid be a kid. Yeah. Oh, they don't know how, though. It's like, whose ticket to fame is it? Is it the kids or is it yours? Like, what do you want, man?
Yeah, the Wheaties box is waiting for.
That's so good. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, it's a shitty environment to be in for somebody who doesn't want to be there in that sense. Like, I love skating and I love competing against my friends and like the camaraderie there. And it's just such a different environment. And then you have people like dissecting your runs when you finish and they're like, okay, so you need to swap this trick out. You need to do this. You need to like change this line here and add this. And it's like, oh, it's so, what do you call it? Like precise. Like,
well, do you think that it could, like, okay, first of all, do you think it's going to last? Like after it happens once, is it going to be such a train wreck that they don't have it anymore? Or do you think that
I think it's going to last.
Okay. So then if it does last, do you think it's going to lead towards the gymnastic style where there's like more of like a routine? Because my thing with it right now is like, how the fuck do you judge somebody's Smith grind versus another Smith grind? Like, how do you do a frontside air versus, like, why is this person getting judged against themselves? Like, oh, their run wasn't as good as they're capable of. It was still better than everybody else's. So why wouldn't they win? Like, so the judging to me is like, if you're going to skateboard in the Olympics, have a downhill contest. First one on the bottom wins. Like, that's easy. But for these park and even the street, you're just kind of like, and then it's like, is this guy affiliated? Like, is the judge affiliated with this guy's sponsor? Like, there's so much politics that go into it.
Yeah.
But we were talking about like, what if like someday it's like, okay, everyone does the exact same thing. It's like gymnastics. Like the first run, there's 3, I don't know what they call them, but the level, like, you know, here,
there's like techniques that they need you to do or something. Yeah,
like every run has to have a frontside air, a Smith grind, and a back lip in it or something like, I mean, if it gets to that, I feel like a lot of people would be like, I'm not over watch this.
It. Yeah, I just don't think that it'll get to that though. I think they'll fine tune what the judging criteria is and they'll understand what they need to look for and what they want to see. But I just think the breed of skater that it is going to pump out will be super different to the culture that you kind of grew up with, you know?
100%. Yeah, that's for sure.
But you're right. Like it's super hard to gauge because even when you're at the contest and you watch and you see the podium, a lot of people don't agree with the podium, you know?
I've been to so many contests and I could pretty much say at least 75% of the time, I didn't agree with the podium.
Yeah.
You know,
that's a huge percentage.
Yeah. I mean, it's just crazy to me. Like there's so much that goes into it. Like, I don't know. I mean, there was a couple of contests that Lizzie was getting judged against Lizzie. Like she did better than a lot of girls, but she got below them because she can skate better. But like that doesn't matter. It's like who's skating the best. I don't know.
Well, that's the thing with contests too. It's you judge the other people you're skating against. So if you're skating against people that it doesn't require you to put your body on the line and do your very, very, very best tricks, you're not going to fucking do it. You're going to do the run that you know that you need to do in order to like place higher than these people.
Right. Yes.
But yeah, I understand her being judged where they're like, well, no, we know that you can do back cradle slides and you didn't do one. So
yeah. Or like you kind of took it easy on your backside air, but like nobody else even did a backside air. So like, what the fuck? Yeah. That shit kind of, I mean, I've never judged, but it doesn't, I don't understand all those things. But here's the dream scenario, right? You're in the finals. It's head to head, you and one other person. And you look over and who is it? Regina George.
What? Regina George isn't sweet. She's a scum-sucking rodent horse. She ruined my life. I fucking love that. I wish. I would just be like, this is hype. Like, I hope she wins. Like, this is fucking sick.
Mean Girls 2. It's like the sequel.
Mean Girls, best movie.
What's the best thing you've ever seen on a skateboard in person?
Fuck, that's like the hardest question ever. Nora doing the kickflip over the box at Vans Park Series. Did you see that footage?
Who filmed that?
Did you film that? Did you film that?
Yeah,
Amazing.
the fisheye.
I was sitting there watching her. I was like, this is fucking crazy.
Yeah, I filmed her
sick.
kickflip at the combi too. Like, I think it was the first one she ever did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a super iconic moment for me because, like, obviously you were there, so you saw she was trying that shit the whole practice.
Yeah.
And then she had, like, I don't know, 3 more tries before the dudes jumped in or something, and she got it, like, right on that last try.
Yeah.
And it was so sick. That was rad. That whole contest was super iconic for me too, though. Jake Wooten when he fucking slammed, and then he like goes and sits down, his head's bleeding. It's still like he still had 1 run left, and the medics are with him, and he's like, I'm gonna skate. And the medic's like, your head is bleeding. You have a head injury. You cannot skate. And then he's like holding an ice pack, and then his name was announced, and he fucking just grabs someone's board, not even his board, and just runs and jumps into his board and lands like, I don't know, 70% of his run, and finally comes off, and the whole crowd was screaming. That was sick. Everyone was going fucking crazy. That was wild.
Those contests were so fun, like just being on the beach in that environment. It was like I was eating acai bowls every day. It was just good times.
Yeah, the Vans Park Series events are like the best events that I've ever been to.
Yeah.
They ran really well too. Like Clements and the Border, they fucking are amazing at running contests.
Yeah, they nail it for sure.
Yeah. Everyone knows what they're doing. Everyone knows where they can and can't go. Practice times never change. It's always like really regimented. It's sick.
Are you into TikTok? Do you have a TikTok?
Yeah, I just recently got into TikTok.
What's the deal with it? Like, I'm kind of
like TikTok's super different. I guess because it's not like your community where Instagram, you only really see people in the same community see your skating or something. Like musicians see musicians, skaters see skaters, kind of like that. But in TikTok, it's like everyone in the entire world could potentially see your video.
Oh.
I don't know, like random shit comes up in my TikTok feed, like people patting their dogs and stuff, you know. My Instagram, like I wouldn't usually see that. I just see a lot of skateboarding.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like where they like make all the different cuts and put it to the music, and it's like,
yeah, people do that, but there's heaps of sides of TikTok that people wouldn't expect. Like I've been learning heaps about self-defense on TikTok because there's this guy I follow who talks about like if you ever get kidnapped and this is the scenario, this is what you do.
No
like
way.
It's really sick. And then there's people who train pets and they give you like secrets to training your pet. There's like funny videos. I don't know. I follow a lot of like queer and gay people on there and just like funny videos about their relationships and their life and stuff. Like, and there's heaps of good skating and I don't know. TikTok's pretty wild like that. I originally was like, fuck TikTok. I don't give a fuck about TikTok. It's so lame. And then I kind of jumped on it and I was like, oh, actually I get it. Like TikTok's super fun. But they don't put the time up the top of the screen. So like you can spend fucking hours just mindlessly scrolling, like laughing at videos and stuff. And you don't know it because you don't know what the time is. It's fucking smart.
It's the ultimate rabbit hole.
Yeah. Because you can do it with Instagram and then you're like, oh shit, it's like 2:30. I got to go. But TikTok, you just get lost.
Right.
I don't know. Are you on TikTok or nah?
I've been on it before. I don't have like an account, but I've gone on. My friend sends me one every morning, like a link. I'm like, dude, TikTok daily is insane.
Yeah.
Here comes the nice.
But my guilty pleasure is Pokemon. Since we've been on the on the lockdown, I've been taking walks in the morning before everyone
Playing
comes
Pokemon.
out, and I just play Pokemon. It kind of helps me stay out there for a while.
Yeah, that's so funny. There was this guy at the skate park the other day, and he was just walking around, and then he came up and he was like, "Hey, what's up?" And I was like, "What were you doing?" And he's like, "Playing Pokemon."
We call it crushing candy.
Crushing candy. Yeah, so fucking good.
Yeah, it's kind of addicting. It's kind of, I mean, it's something I'll probably never will do once I go back to, if there's ever going back to normal. But like right now, it just kind of helping. A lot of the social media for me just got super negative with politics and all kinds of stuff. And I had to just like not look at like people arguing about like religion and politics. It's like, I just don't care. It's like, just be, you know.
It's hard because that stuff's super important, but it's also important to take time for yourself to like put yourself in a good space and like practice positive mental attitude and stuff. So when something's really like apparent in your life and it's really bringing you down, you kind of do need to take space and like put it aside. But it's a hard middle to find because you do want to be involved in the politics and you do want to know what's going on and be making a difference, but sometimes it can really like affect you. So I understand that because I've been going through the same thing with social media and stuff. I used to really like it because I would see my friends doing really fun stuff and stuff like that, and now it's getting really political and I'm like, fuck, like it's really hard to stomach all of this every day constantly.
Well, from my view, Australia and New Zealand are killing it. It seems like with all this pandemic stuff, it seems like you guys are in the forefront of like doing the right way. And I'm assuming from your view, that's quite the opposite view for us. Feel like we're maybe not doing it so good.
I think it's interesting. Like when we were originally put in the lockdowns and stuff, like it was bad. Everyone really suffered. But now coming out of it, we understand. Yeah. Whereas I don't think COVID was treated so seriously at the beginning for you guys. So now that it is where it's at, it's really hard to come back from that. Yeah. Because people have been made to believe that it's not this big thing that will kill people and will take over, you know?
Yeah, and everybody, like, it was, I don't know. I mean, there's conspiracy theories and everything, but like, whether it was coincidence or not, it all happened around the same time, which it was like the presidential. So it became this real politically thing where it was like, you're either on one side or you're not. Like they politicized wearing a mask. Like basically you were voting for Trump if you weren't wearing a mask, and you were voting for the other if you were. And it was like, this isn't about politics. This is about like people are dying.
Those lives.
Yeah. And that's where it just, you know, you start just kind of being like, time out. Like people need to like have a brain, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's frustrating.
I saw that watching that over the internet and stuff, and I was pretty shocked by that. It's amazing how much people value their own lives over another person's life. You know, because pretty much plain and simple, if you're choosing not to wear a mask, you're choosing to potentially kill people. Right. And that shouldn't be your call. Yeah. You don't, like depending on what walk of life you come from, like you might not be a disabled person who struggles, or, you know, like there's a lot of people that can be really, really easily affected by you not wearing a mask. And it's interesting to think that you deem your life is more worthy than their life.
Yeah, it's become a really selfish society. I mean, the social media stuff has been a big part of that too. Like everybody needs to like have the best story of their life, and they're painting their own picture and stuff. And so all that went into it. It's just, I hope that at some point everyone can just take a step back and just chill out for a second and be like, we're all human. Like, let's get this right, you know? Yeah.
But that shit won't happen. That's not, it can't, that's like history, you know, will just repeat itself kind of thing. Like it won't happen.
Yeah. Nobody learns.
No, nobody learns. I think it's like America seems to be at this point now. It's like, how, like, where do you go from here? You kind of just, it kind of just needs to take its toll now. I don't know. Unless out of nowhere everyone starts doing the right thing, I don't see.
I know
how you can come back.
It's kind of depressing times. So it's like, I don't know. What do you do to like keep your stoke besides skating? Like, is there some things that you like lean on for like, I'm having a bad day, this will help me stay happy, or things like that?
Yeah, it's interesting because that's forever changing, but I guess like music is a big thing.
Oh yeah. Kind of a good outlet, right? Like
yeah. It's nice to like create something and get frustrated and then work through the frustration and then come out with something in the end. I really like that. I really like just kind of spending time with my girlfriend and going to drive places. Like if we're ever a bit overwhelmed, we'll be like, all right, let's go drive to the creek and just go swim for the day, you know, and just take ourselves out of our environment that we're always in.
Mm-hmm.
What else do I do? Jade, what do I do recreationally? She's probably asleep right now.
What time is it there?
It's not that early, but she just went to gym this morning, so she's probably snoozing. But yeah, I don't know, just cruising around. Music, yeah, go swimming. I write a lot of bullshit. Like I just write in diaries heaps. I actually take a diary around with me everywhere when I skate and stuff too.
Okay.
Because I find it helps me to like keep myself centered and not stress out too much and stuff.
Do you write like lyrics and stuff for songs? Do you?
Everything. Everything.
Rad.
Sometimes I'll write like stuff for music. Sometimes I just write thoughts that I'm having so I can like read them and understand why I'm having them. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I just write fucking to-do lists of things I got to get done that day. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like sometimes when I'm filming with my filmer and he's pissing me off, I'll like write down like I'm annoyed at you because you're doing this, but I don't show him. It's just like I just write it. Give me 2 seconds. Come in. I thought you were asleep. I didn't realize you went home. Hey. My girlfriend just got home. Do you want to meet her?
Sure.
Hello. It should work.
Hello.
Oh, I'm not there. Hello.
How you doing? I got a question for you.
Me?
Yeah, can we ask you one question?
Yeah, hit me.
Okay. As
long as it's about me, not SHANAE.
This is a fake scenario, right? She's having the worst day of her life and you notice that. What do you do to make her smile?
I give her head.
Oh, mama.
Boom. And that's a wrap. We are out of here.
I'll probably give you your favorite snacks.
Snacks.
If she's having a bad day, it's normally because she's hungry.
So you get a
She's
food.
such a hangry person when you're hungry, hey?
Yeah, I get really angry when I'm hungry.
You're the worst. She turns into a monster. So if you feed the beast, she stays happy. No? Well, she loves going skate. If I'm like, let's go skate.
Yeah, if we're gonna go skate, where do we go? Usually for a drive somewhere.
Yeah, we'll go for a big drive. What are you doing?
Feed me snacks.
Sometimes I'll take you on a shopping spree. I'll take her on a shopping spree.
Oh yeah.
That always makes you feel better.
Yeah, buying a new T-shirt or something.
Are you down to do a little contribution for this episode?
Yeah, hit me.
We have this segment called First Impression, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so basically it's you telling a story of the first time you met her, what your first impression was.
And now, another First Impression with Jade Field.
When I first met SHANAE, she was actually dating someone else. So she came into where I worked and I served her drinks. What was my first impressions? You're very short. SHANAE is very short because I'd previously known her from online, and then I saw her and I was like, she's cute and very short.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. And I made you drinks.
Yeah.
And I thought your girlfriend was a bitch.
She was a bitch.
So my first impressions were, you're cute, you're short, and your girlfriend's a bitch.
Yeah.
And then how soon after that did the sparks happen?
Ages,
yeah.
Oh, really? You knew her for a while.
She found me on Tinder.
I saw Jade on Tinder, and then I didn't want to ask her out on Tinder because her Tinder profile was actually really gross.
Hashtag, are you okay?
She just had all these fucked up photos of her being gross.
A horny legend.
Oh.
I'm being a horny legend.
Yeah, but from the outside, I was like, this chick's kind of hectic, but she seemed cool when I met her.
Whatever, you saw the profile and you're like, she's DTF, I'm hitting her up.
You better leave this shit in here. Don't be this is negative or not. This is life.
Stop. No, and then I messaged her on Facebook and I was like, Jade's a laser tattoo technician. She removes people's tattoos.
Oh, pain, right?
And I have this shit tat on my chest that I wanted to get rid of. So I was like, can you help me like remove this tattoo? I don't have very much money, but like I'll take you out on a date. And then you were pretty keen after that.
Yeah, and then it took you like 2 years to get laser. So that was just like your
What's the process? Like you have to go like 6 or 8 times and graduate?
Yeah. SHANAE's only had one session and it hasn't like faded too much.
Oh, it's still there?
Yeah. Yeah, but that's one session.
It's not the ex's name, right?
Shout out to Laser Razor.
Yeah, there you go.
My business, Laser Razor Tattoo Removal.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram. I'm about to be on TikTok
at laser_eraser.
Oh shit! How do you TikTok?
Oh, she hasn't yet. It's my fault. I said to her, like, you should start a TikTok because laser tattoo removal will be like really aesthetically pleasing on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, people would like to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, lazy.
And Jade's super fucking funny and like charismatic as a person as well. Like,
oh, thanks, babe.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, she's like super, I don't know, just like you're kind of drawn to her as a person. And I was like, if you can just channel you somehow and put it on TikTok, people will just like, you'll pop off. Like people will love it.
Do you guys get jealous at all of each other?
All the time.
Yeah,
we have a pretty like competitive streak in us.
What sign are you?
Sometimes
it can get bad.
Start our fights and stuff.
What signs are you guys?
Saggy and Pisces.
Oh.
So we're fire water. You're fire.
I'm fire. Yeah,
fire water.
Yeah, that's probably good.
We're like we're pretty compatible.
Put out the fire.
Yeah, I'm putting out the message.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, I'm like the fireman that just like hoses down the
But no, like Jade's a really good musician too. She's in a band, like a singer of this band. And I get really jealous, like I'll be at a show watching her and people will come up and be like, oh my God, I love your band. You're amazing. You're the best. Like, wow. And I kind of sit there and then people try hitting on her and stuff. And I get like pretty annoyed. I'm like, can you fuck off? Like, I don't want to deal with it.
I think it like is good, but then sometimes it's bad, like our competitiveness.
Yeah.
Like it can just be pathetic sometimes, like, I fucking made scrambled eggs better than you. I'm better at scrambled eggs. Like it would just be like lame stuff like that.
Yeah, but I am better than you at scrambled eggs.
Yeah, you're better, but I'm better at cooking.
Yeah.
Overall.
You know what the key to scrambled eggs is?
Oil.
Pulling the egg up with the fork, like pulling it up and then adding some butter.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, it helps them get fluffier.
Yeah, and like make sure you have lots of oil because you don't want any of it to stick to the oil is the key, I reckon.
And what did we learn about the gluten-free? The accident? It's VB?
Corona.
Oh, Corona. Coronas are...
Yeah, Corona is accidentally gluten-free. Jade has to eat gluten-free, so I eat gluten-free to make her life easier.
Huh. I think Jack in the Box tacos gluten-free.
Yeah, he said Jack in the Box tacos are gluten-free in the States. So if we go to the States together.
I've never been to the States.
Oh.
Loser, hey.
I've never been to Australia.
Oh, that makes me feel better then.
If I was going to go down there, what? And I could only go to one place, would I go to Australia or New Zealand?
New Zealand's pretty awesome. But it's cold.
Yeah, it depends if you're coming for the beaches and the weather, you come Oz. If you're going for like scenery and beauty and like
nature,
wonderful landscapes.
Yeah,
New Zealand.
Okay.
But yeah, are you a beach bum or what are you?
Yeah, I mean, I would really like to go to the Barrier Reef and stuff and go check out all that stuff.
I didn't even talk about the Barrier Reef. The Barrier Reef's not what it used to be though. They're trying to get rid of it.
Really?
Yeah,
it's dying.
They want to build some fucking bullshit out there.
They're building like Adani, so it's like this huge thing. But
no way.
It's like pretty much almost dead.
Yeah, I think 60% of it's dead or something like that.
Oh, that sucks.
Which is really sad. So it's like all it's a mining town. So all the mining leaks into the barrier reef and kills it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's super sad.
Mm.
So you got to get over here quick.
Yeah, you got to get here fast.
Well,
Not that
I don't know if I want to do it during this situation.
Yeah, but Australia is like the best place to be. Like Una just came over to visit Poppy and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and she had to quarantine for 2 weeks, but now she can do whatever.
That's amazing.
That's the best time to come.
Now it's kind of
like 0 cases.
Yeah. So what would be the best way for me to get there? Like, is there a quicker route than others? And like, is there any like is there nonstop versus layover and all that shit?
Yeah, you can fly direct from LA to Melbourne if you're lucky, or you can fly direct from LA to Sydney and then get like a connecting flight. But yeah, you'd have to quarantine in Sydney.
How far is Sydney from Melbourne?
Not far, like a 2-hour plane, less than that.
Okay.
Yeah, enough.
Sick. Now it's like it's at the top. It's like Australia is probably the top.
Yeah, you would love it here. Like,
yeah, you would. People would love you too.
Yeah, people would love you here. That's because something that's cool. Anytime an Australian goes like to America, every time I've been there, everyone just falls in love with you immediately because of your accent.
Mm-hmm.
And like it's funny, like when I'm over there, everyone's like, "Oh my god, you're Australian! That's amazing! Can you say g'day, mate? You get fried kangaroos?" Like they
shrimp on the barbie.
Yeah, shrimp on the barbie. Ha ha ha! Like Nora always tries to do an Aussie accent, but she sounds English, and then sometimes it gets like so weird. I'm like, "What are you fucking doing?" Like, she's like, "G'day, mate. I'm Sheezy. I'm from down under." I'm like, "Fuck off, you could."
That's tight. Well, thanks for spending some time. It's been nice.
Yeah, for sure. It's been nice to hang out properly.
Yeah. Do you got like a song that we can end it with? Let's put one of your songs on.
Oh, no, definitely not. No.
A Dickwad song.
Come on, here we go.
Back my decision. High Glass by Blondie. Or you just go the classic, I Love Rock and Roll, Joan Jett. Saw him dancing there by the wrecking machine. Yeah, drop Heart of Glass by Blondie.
Okay. Have you done that one karaoke?
I don't think I ever have.
Well, hopefully I don't know. I keep saying this. Are we ever going to see each other in person? Like, hopefully things get back to some type of normalcy.
I hope so. I think the next time I might be coming to the States, Alex said, is like September or October.
Oh, really?
That's her prediction, is like when we might be able to travel.
That's what they're saying. I think September, they're hoping. I'm getting married in August.
Oh, yeah.
Well, also you'd save a shit ton of money.
Yeah, having less people.
You'll save it and put it towards your Australia fund.
The Australian honeymoon.
Yeah, exactly. Wedding guests come to Australia.
Yeah,
I told her, I was like, I've always been afraid, like if I go all the way to Australia, I'm just never going to come back. Because I hate flying so far. So like I'd probably get there, love it, and be like, it's not worth returning.
Yeah, and then you're like, fuck, I married an American. I really should have married an Australian.
Shout out.
I mean, I don't understand why, but you guys like attitude and stress levels always just seem so laid back. And like, that's what I appreciate about, I mean, Dustin, Chima, all these guys that I've met, like they're all so relaxed and laid back. And like, it's just kind of like how the country is. And I think those dudes, when they were staying at my house, is it still like this? Like the more kids you have, the more money the government gives you.
Is that real?
Like for unemployment?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was insane. I was like, holy shit, the whole system just seems like they're trying to help you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a pretty encouraging government and stuff like that. We've got like that no worries attitude, like Australians.
Yeah, it's not no worries.
No worries now.
Right.
That like we do. We have like the highest rate of suicide in young males and stuff like that. So
really?
Yeah, just that attitude can
be detrimental.
Yeah, too.
Oh,
like
because
we
it can lead to
spend all
drugs
stuff on
and then like just get to a scary dark place.
Yeah, it's like it's an interesting cultural difference. Like, like young men aren't really encouraged to open up and like talk about how they're feeling or anything like that. So yeah, Jed's right. Like the suicide rate here for young men is like the highest.
Yeah, because it's like that no worries attitude, but it's like
right.
But there is
worries, like,
yeah.
and you're allowed to express them and you're allowed to talk about it, but that's just Australian culture. I'll have another beer, mate.
Yeah.
You'll be all right, mate.
Yeah.
No worries, mate. Like,
I could see that. Okay. Shit.
but yeah, it does like
it's like a double-edged sword. Like it can be awesome because it like teaches you not to sweat the small shit.
Yeah.
You know? But then it can also not be awesome because
builds up.
Yeah, it builds up and
small stuff builds up.
But to be fair, I really love when I get home to Australia. I do love how much we don't give a fuck here with the small shit. Because like, fuck, when you go to America and like someone gets your order wrong or something, they're like, go off. They're like, how can you not get my fucking order right? Are you stupid? Like, they just go crazy.
And
but here it's like, oh, they got my order wrong. Oh, that's all right. Whatever.
Yeah, I'll just
eat this.
I'll just eat the chicken even though I'm veggie. And then you just sit there and eat it.
Well, it's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. You guys seem like you got a kick-ass thing going.
Thanks. Yeah, we tolerate each other. We tolerate each other.
Once I had a love and it was a gas, soon turned out had a heart of glass. Seemed like the real thing, only to find mucho mistrust. Love's gone behind.
Love's gone behind.
I didn't know the lyrics to that until now.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Talkin Schmit. You can subscribe to the show on iTunes, Anchor, Spotify, or anywhere you get your podcasts. When you subscribe, you'll get notifications every Tuesday of new episodes the minute they become available. Also, please leave reviews and a 5-star rating. It's the best way to help the show grow. All of the episodes will always remain free, but if you would like to help support the show, you can do so at talkinschmit.com, where you can pick up some merchandise like t-shirts, beanies, hats, and stickers. The website has an entire archive of all of the episodes, with extra photos and videos. Email us with any suggestions, comments, or ways that the show may have improved your life at talkingschmit@gmail.com. All interviews are conducted, edited, and produced by Schmitty. The intro music is Mary's Cross by the band Nature. Very special shout out goes to the executive director, Sharal Camisa.
Shout out.
Love it!
This is Talkin Schmit, where the Rolodex is deep, but the conversation is deeper.